Hello, hello. Whether or not this is morning, afternoon, or evening that you've decided to practice some yoga with me, welcome. Hope you're going to enjoy it. This is just going to be a gentle session just to wake up the body, whether or not you've been sitting all day or whether or not you've just woken up. So let's get to it. All you need is your yoga mat, and if you normally use blocks, then you might want to have some of those nearby to you. Okay, let us begin. So coming on to your yoga mats, coming to any comfortable seated position, doesn't have to be cross-legged, whatever feels good for you. But however you are sitting, bring your shoulders over your hips and just rest your hands on your knees or your lap. Again, whatever feels comfortable. Lengthen up through your spine so the crown of the head feels as if it's being drawn upwards towards the ceiling. And then gently close down the eyes, or if you prefer, just have a soft gaze with the eyes open. But relax the shoulders, sit up nice and tall, and let's just begin with a little bit of stillness by taking a few slow, deep breaths. So empty your breath out, breathe out first, empty your lungs, and then when you're ready, taking a slow breath in through the nose, filling up your lungs, drawing them down to the base of the lungs. And when your lungs are full, slowly exhale through the mouth. And let's do that a few more times, inhaling slow and deep. And again, letting that breath go. And one more time, deep breath in. And release. And just stay here just for a few more moments, sitting nice and still, giving yourself some time to arrive on your yoga mat, letting go of whatever it is you have already done today or whatever it is you have coming up. But just take a few moments just to be here and find a little bit of stillness and calm inside of your body. Let's bring our fingertips down to the ground, just earth your fingers and lengthen up through your spine again, just in case gravity has pushed it down. And with an inhale, let's lift the arms up overhead, taking a deep breath in as you lift the arms up. And then exhale, lower them back down. Keep the shoulders relaxed and soft so there's no tension coming into the upper back. Let's do it again. Inhale, sweep the arms up, deep breath in, lifting up through the sides of the waist. Exhale, arms float back down. And then one more time, deep breath in, lengthening up through the spine. And then exhale, arms fall back down to the earth. Lovely. Inhale, just the left arm up to the sky. And lean over towards your right hand side. Just open up down the left side of the body. Oh, it always feels so good for me whenever I do this. And then inhale, coming back up to center. Exhale, lower that hand down. Let's do the other side. Inhale, right arm lifts, leaning over towards the left hand side, opening up down the side of the body. How does yours feel today? And then inhale, come back up. Let's do that again on each side. So left arm lifting up, inhale. Exhale, leaning towards your right. Maybe go a little deeper this time, but if that feels good for you, of course. And then inhale, let's come back up. Sweeping over to the other side. Oh, I just love opening the side of my body. Inhale, come back up. Let's lift both arms up again by the ears. Let's do a little seated twist. Let's twist towards your right hand side. So the left hand's going to come on your right knee and the right hand's going to come on the floor behind you, maybe onto tented fingers so you can keep your spine nice and tall. And have that right hand nice and close to your body. Let me spin around and show you. So what I mean by that is the right hand is quite close to your spine. It's not leaning back. So keep the hand quite close in. And then inhale, lengthen up. And then exhale, very slowly start to rotate and turn from the base of your rib cage. So slowly turning around, looking back behind you. Inhale, lengthen up again. Just restack the spine. And as you exhale this time, peel the right shoulder back a little bit more behind you, just so you open out across the top of the shoulder and the chest. Let's just hold it here for a couple of breaths. A nice gentle twist first thing in the morning. No need to be too forceful. Just gently waking up the muscles along the back, along the vertebrae. One more breath. And then let's do the same on the other side. So spinning, facing forward again. Lift both arms up by the ears. Inhale. And then exhale. Let's find that little seated twist on the other side. The left hand's nice and close towards you. Inhale, lengthen up. And exhale, rotate from the base of your rib cage. Turning, look back behind you. And inhale, lengthen up again. And this time, peel the left shoulder back a little further away from you, so you open through the shoulder and the top of the chest. Take a couple of slow deep breaths here. One more breath. And then inhale, lengthen up nice and tall. Spin and face the front of your mat again. And inhale, lift both arms up to the sky. And exhale, just bring them back down in front of your heart, palms together. And just take a few moments just to connect inwards. And then one more breath here. Okay, let's come round onto our hands and our knees. So whichever way you want to come round, but we're going to bring the knees underneath the hips and hands underneath the shoulders, getting ready for a few rounds of cat-cow. So when you're ready, drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone, inhale as you look forwards. And then as you exhale, press through the hands, round up through the spine. Drop the chin to the chest and press to the tops of the feet. And again, when you're ready, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze, lifting the tailbone, inhaling as you open out through the front of the body. And then exhale as you round and tuck everything in and under. Exhaling as you close and make the front body a little smaller. And again, inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. Inhale, big deep breath in, and then exhale, rounding, tucking everything under. Oh, I love doing this first thing in the morning. Again, once again, dropping the belly, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone, and exhale, rounding, tucking everything under. Lovely. Come back to a nice flat spine. I'm going to turn to the side so I can show you a little bit more easily. But come back to tabletop position. And then inhale the right leg up towards the sky. We're going to start to circle the right knee back, down, forward and up. So clockwise circles with the right knee. And I'll come round to the sides. Nice slow big circles getting into the ball and socket on this right hip. And then the next time the knee comes up, you're going to extend that right foot to the end of the mat, foot flat on the floor, and tuck the left toes under, just like a little kind of kickstand. We're going to try and position the left shoulder above the left wrist. It's good when the joints are stacked. Joints like to be stacked. It makes them feel a little bit more stable. So inhale the right arm up to the sky. Let's do a few big circles with that right arm. So we're going anti-clockwise with the right arm. Inhaling as the arm lifts up. Exhale as it sweeps back down. Inhaling as the arm lifts up. Exhale down. Now the next time the arm comes overhead, let's just keep it here. Keep the arm just dropping overhead. And just let your right hip and your right rib cage just bump up towards the sky a little there. So again, you open through the side of the body. Taking a few slow, deep breaths here. Releasing any little pockets of tightness that you might have in your inside waist there, the right waist, the hip, maybe even along the right rib cage. One more breath. Lovely. Lower the right hand down to the ground. And then spin the right leg out towards the right hand side. So we're going to bring the right foot more or less level with the right hip. Little bend in the right knee. And then just sink the hips back so we start to stretch the inner right thigh. And then bring the shoulders forwards, gently stretching the hips back. Little bend in that right knee, hips coming forward. You can see the sunshine coming in through my window there. A couple more times, hips going back. hips coming forwards. Lovely. Let's keep the hips back for a few breaths. So a little bend in that right knee, looking down towards your hands, and just breathe as you ease in to the inner thigh. Lovely. Bring the hips forward again, shoulders over the hands. We're going to do thread the needle. So inhale, left arm up to the sky, looking up towards that hand. And then as you exhale, thread the left hand all the way along the floor towards the right knee and lower the left shoulder down on the floor. Now your right hand, the palm of the hand is going to come flat on the floor in front of your face, and then press into that right hand and turn your gaze, look towards the sky, and just hold here a couple of slow deep breaths. Keep pressing into that right hand. One more breath. Lovely. And then press into that right hand, release that left arm, bring the left shoulder back up. Inhale, lift the left arm up, open through your chest again, and then exhale, lower the left hand down to the ground. Bring the right knee back underneath you, and let's do the same little hip circles on the other side. So starting in your tabletop position, lift the left knee up out to the side and start to draw these big anti-clockwise circles with that left knee. Nice, slow, big circles, getting into that left hip joint, lubricating and juicing up the joint once again. And the next time the knee lifts, extend the left leg to the end of the mat, foot flat on the floor, and tuck the right toes under again to give you a bit more stability. And then circle the left arm up and overhead. Let's just start to loosen into the left shoulder now. Next time the arm comes over, just hang it over the head. Nice heavy left arm, and let your left rib and your left hip just gently bounce up towards the sky, so you're making a bit of a rainbow shape with the body. One more breath here. Lovely. Lower the left hand down to the ground and swing the left leg out to the side. A little bend in that left knee as you sink the hips back and just start to wake up and say hello to that left inner thigh. And then shoulders coming forwards, sinking the hips back and forwards. Couple more times. Next time the hips go back, just hold them there just for a moment, just a couple of breaths here, keeping a little micro bend in the left knee. One more breath. Wonderful. Bring the shoulders forward over the hands once again. Inhale, lift the right arm up to the sky. We're preparing for our thread the needle. So right arm lifts up, and then as you exhale, slide it along the floor behind that left wrist, coming towards your left foot. Lower the right shoulder down to the floor. Again, the left palm is flat on the floor, just in front of the face, and press the left palm into the hand as you turn and look up towards the sky. Now you can keep the left hand where it is, or if you want to, you can wrap the left hand around your back towards the right hip and right thigh. But keep pressing down through that right arm, turning the head, looking towards the sky, taking a few slow breaths. Beautiful. If you did, bring that left hand behind you, just bring the left palm back in front of the face, pressing the palm into the floor, and then lifting yourself back up. Lift the right arm up to the sky, open the shoulder, open the chest, and then bring the hand back down to the ground and the left knee back underneath you. Wonderful. So here we are back in our tabletop position again. Tuck the toes under. Let's work our way up to downward facing dog. So when you're ready, lifting the knees, spreading the fingers nice and wide, and maybe you might want to start just by kind of slowly walking through your down dog, just lifting one heel up and down at a time, pressing the hands firmly into the ground with fingers nice and wide. Lift both heels up super high, so you're on the balls of the feet. Oh, it feels nice to stretch out the soles of the feet. And then spin both heels over towards the right hand side and lower the heels down towards the floor. So we just end up with a little stretch down the outside edge of the left leg, the left thigh, the left hip.
pressing the hands firmly into the ground so the hips are going up and back. Just one more breath here. And then lift both heels up, spinning them around over towards the left-hand side. Let's just do the same on this. So the heels drop over to the left, press into the hands, and just open up through the outer right side of the leg and the hip. One more breath. And then lifting both heels back up super high, spin them so they're now facing the back end of your mat again, and then lower both heels down towards the earth. Inhale, lift the right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog, and let's just roll the right hip on top of the left hip and flex the right toes back towards you. So you have a nice deep opening through the front of that right hip. Take a deep breath in and out. And then step the right foot between your hands or towards your right thumb and lower the left knee down to the floor. Lovely. Let your hips drop forwards and then slide them back, straightening the front toes, maybe even lift the right toes up just to open up through the hamstring. And then inhale, coming forward again with the hips. Oh, I love the way this just opens up the front gate of the hip. And then taking the hips back, front leg straight. Let's do this again, coming forward nice and slow, open up through that left hip joint. And then again, taking the hips back, right leg straight, toes up. Lovely, come forwards, scoop the belly up towards your lower back and then lift the arms up by the ears, a little kneeling lunge. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, cactus the arms, open the chest, open the heart, and lift the chest up towards the sky, fingers nice and wide. Taking a deep breath in here. And as you exhale, bring both hands back down to the ground. Keeping this nice and simple today. Step back to downward facing dog. And then when you're here in down dog, inhale, lift the left leg up to the sky. Roll the left hip on top of the right and flex the left toes back towards you, pressing firmly into the hands, so pushing the floor away from you. Take a deep breath in and out. Lovely. And then inhale. And as you exhale, step the left foot all the way between your hands. Give it a little, if it gets a little stuck halfway up the mat, don't worry, just take hold of the left heel in your left hand and give it a little helping hand forwards, and then lower the back knee, the right knee down to the ground, and let the hips sink forwards, and then hips sliding back, left leg nice and straight. Again, hips coming forward as you inhale. Exhale back. One more time, coming forwards and back. Wonderful. And then coming forward again, front foot flat on the floor, scoop the belly up towards your lower back, and then inhale the arms up by the ears. That little kneeling lunge here on this side. Nice deep stretch through the right hip flexors. Take a deep breath in, and this time as you exhale, spin the left arm back behind you and right arm forward. So a little kneeling twist, looking out to the sides. Stretching the hands away from one another. Staying nice and tall up through the spine, so reach the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, let's cascade both hands down either side of the front foot and step back to our downward facing dog. Wonderful. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let's step or jump your feet to your hands. Coming up into a half forward fold. So come up onto your fingertips. Back is nice and straight, arms are straight, lower belly is lifting up towards your lumbar spine. Take a breath in here, and as you exhale, fold down nice and deep into Uttanasana, deep forward fold, and let your head just hang here. Give it a little shake. You can always bend the knees a little bit, of course, if that feels more comfortable for the back of your legs and your lower back. But we are going to come up to standing. So, coming up onto your fingertips, arms straight, spine straight. Lift the lower belly up towards your back. Bring your hands onto your thighs and press your hands into the thighs, coming up with a nice flat back. Coming back up to standing. Wonderful. When you're here, lift the shoulders, roll them back and down. Let's do it a couple of times. Shoulders lifting, rolling them back and down. And then one more time, shoulders lift. Oh, that feels good. Wonderful. Okay, hands onto your hips. Let's step back with the right leg. We're going to come into a high lunge. So that means the back heel is up off the floor. And then from here, inhale both arms up towards the sky once again, coming into Anjanasana, high lunge. And then as you exhale, we're going to lower the arms down and just lower the right knee, just hovering it above the ground, okay? And then pushing through that left foot, lifting yourself back up. Left leg is straight, so both legs straight. And then exhale, let's bend both knees, lower the right knee back down towards the earth. And then one more time, inhale, pressing up. Exhale, knee coming down. Inhale, lifting back up to high lunge. So we're going to keep the front knee bent this time. And then step, hop that back foot forward to the top of your mat. So let me just show you facing to coming round. So left foot is flat on the floor and right toes are just on the floor. So I've lifted my right heel up. Okay, so all the weight shifting over onto your left leg. Lift the right knee up, just hover it in front of you. And as you exhale, tap the right toes down to the floor behind you, arms reaching back like little aeroplane wings. And then lift the right knee up and exhale, tap it to the floor behind you, little aeroplane wings. Inhale, lifting the knee. Exhale, tapping back. One more time. Inhale, lift the knee. I'm going to turn back again. Exhale, tap it back behind you. And now you can stay here, left knee slightly bent. You're literally just resting the right toes on the floor. You can stay here all the weight on that left leg. Or if you wanted to, start to lift up, coming into warrior three. Looking down to the ground, flexing the right toes back down to the floor. Oh yeah, I'm losing my balance. It's hard to do this and teach at the same time. Okay, here we go, I got it. Wonderful, one more breath. And then lower the right foot down to the floor. Let's coming into warrior two. So I'm going to turn around again, just facing you. So you have your left foot forward, right leg back. Coming up into Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. Looking down your left arm. And on an inhale, push through the feet, reach the arms up. And as you exhale again, coming back down into warrior 2. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale down. One more time, reaching up, inhale. Let's hold our warrior 2 this time. Looking down your left arm. Just seeing if that left knee is tracking towards the middle toes, so the left knee is not rolling inwards. Try and get the left knee to be in line with the middle toes. And look down that left arm, sinking the hips as low as you're able to. One more breath. And then reverse your warrior. So right hand touches right leg, reaching left arm up and overhead. Open up that side body once again. And then inhale, coming back up, warrior 2. Now straighten the front leg, that left leg. Spin the left toes so they face the side of the mat, just like the right foot does. I'm going to come into a wide leg forward fold. So lower the hands down onto the hips. Inhale, lengthen up through the spine. Maybe even look up towards the sky. Roll the shoulders back so we open the chest and the heart again. And then with a nice flat back, we're going to come forward like an ironing board. The back is flat like an ironing board. Soften your knees just a little here if that's needed. And then bringing your head all the way down towards the ground, lowering the hands onto the floor or onto a couple of blocks if you need to. And then maybe even walk the fingers back so the fingertips are in line with the toes. And then folding down into your wide forward fold. Let the head just hang away from the neck. No weight at all on the neck. Maybe even a little softness in the knees if that feels better for you. And try and have some weight on the front of your foot towards your toes so you're not rolling purely onto your heels. Just take a couple of slow deep breaths. One more breath. Lovely. Straighten the arms. Lift the head and chest away from the floor. And then walk your hands all the way around to the top foot, top of your mat, spinning on your feet, and then step that back foot forward. Come and find your folding forward Uttanasana once again, folding forward bend. Fold down nice and deep. Lovely. Bring the hands onto your thighs, press the hands firmly into your thighs and come up with a flat back. Back up into your standing pose. Wonderful. Let's just do the same on the other side. We're keeping it nice and simple today. So left foot stepping back. into high lunge, so the left heel is up off the floor. Inhale, both arms up by the ears, sinking down into the hips. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, oh no, I've done this wrong, haven't I? My apologies. Sorry, as you inhale, straighten both legs. Sorry, straighten both legs as you inhale. And then as you exhale, bend the front knee, lower the left knee towards the ground, and let the hands just fall down beside you. And then press through that front foot, straighten the legs, inhale, reach up. Exhale, bending the knees, hands coming down. Then one more time, inhale, pressing in, lifting up, and then exhale. Wonderful. Inhale, coming up once more. Great stuff. Bend that front knee, finding high lunge. And then we're going to step that back foot forwards, just as you did before. Let me just turn and face you. So all the weight is on the right leg. The left heel is just lifted up off the floor. You're resting just on the left toes. Lift the left knee up as you inhale. And as you exhale, just tap the toes on the floor behind you, reaching the arms back, little aeroplane arms. Inhale, lift the left knee up. Exhale, extend back, tap the floor. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, stepping back. Now again, either stay here, just resting the toes on the floor behind you, arms reaching back like aeroplane arms. Scoop the belly in and up. And either stay here, or if you wanted to, come into warrior three, let that back leg start to float up, looking down to the ground. Balancing on one leg is so good for building the strength in your leg, your glutes, and also helping with mobility of the ankle, the knee, the hip. One more breath. Lovely. Lower the left foot down to the end of the mat, ready for warrior two. So in warrior two, the front heel more or less lines up with the instep of the back foot. And then bend that front knee, lift the arms up for warrior two. Looking down your front hand, your front arm. Just take a couple of breaths here. That front knee, if you remember, is tracking down the centre of the foot, so it's in line with the middle toes. And then this time we're going to do something a little different. We're going to come into Skandasana on the left knee. So straighten the right knee, bend the left knee, bring the hands down towards the heart. Then come back to warrior two. Skandasana. Bend the back knee, hands down towards the heart. Come back to warrior two. One more time, finding this skater's pose, as it's called, Skandasana. Coming back to warrior two. Wonderful. Reverse your warrior. Left hand touches back leg. Right arm reaches overhead. Wonderful. This time we're going to cascade both hands either side of the front foot. And then step that back foot forwards, coming to find Malasana, yogic squat. So we're going to turn all 10 toes out to the side, heels are in, and lower the hips down towards the earth. Doesn't matter if the heels are up off the floor. You can either rest the fingers on the floor, or if you wanted to, bring the elbows on the inside of the knees and then press the knees open with the elbows, palms coming together. Oh, it's just such a nice way to open the hips. So it doesn't matter, as I said, if your heels are up off the floor. This is so good, again, for ankle, knee mobility. And it's also such a lovely way just to open up through the front hip. But there's one thing I wanted to say here. Often in Malasana, it's so easy for us just to sink into our hips here. But what you should try and do is press into both feet and lengthen up through your spine, so you feel as if the crown of the head is reaching up towards the sky. So we don't want to sink all of our weight onto our hips. Just press into the feet and lengthen up through the spine. And just activate some of the muscles along the back. Okay, one more breath. And then hands down to the floor. Very carefully, if you are up very high, so if your hips are up super high, you might prefer to bring the hands down behind you, because we're going to lower then the hips down to the floor. I'm just trying to avoid you landing with a heavy bump. Stretch the legs forward in front of you. Keep the right leg where it is. I'm just turning to the side so I can face you, but keep the right leg where it is. But take the left foot onto the inside of your hips. Left knee out to the sides. Another little side bend. Right hand is going to come into your left thigh. And inhale, lift the left arm up. And then Pull yourself over that right leg. So having another lovely deep side body stretch. Lengthening out through the crown of the head. But also be nice and heavy through your left hip. So you're anchoring down to the floor. You've got a nice firm stable base as you then lengthen up out through the spine. Oh, one more breath. Feels so good to open the side body. And then inhale, lift yourself back up. Place the left hand on the floor behind you, palm flat on the floor. Sweep the right arm out in front of you, lift it up towards your head, and then lift the hips up. A little modified kind of wild thing. Turning the belly and the face up towards the sky. And then slowly, carefully lower yourself back down, hip coming back down. Little seated twist. Let's take that right leg, cross it all the way over the left. And again, you can bring the foot, that right foot, in inside of the left knee, or if you wanted to, take it to the outside edge of the left knee. So right hand round behind on the floor behind you, just as you did to begin with, maybe onto your fingertips, and have it nice and close to the body. Inhale, left arm up, lengthen up through the spine, and then lower the left hand and either hold that right knee, or maybe you might be able to bring the hand down onto the outside of the thigh. But inhale, lengthen up, and then exhale, begin to rotate, look back behind you. And if you wanted to, again, you could peel that right shoulder over towards the left-hand side of the mat, just to open out through the shoulder and the chest. Take a couple of breaths here. Inhale, lengthen up. Lovely. Exhale, turn and face the front of your mat again. And let's do the same here. So left leg out to the side, right foot in towards the centre. A little side bend coming up. Left hand onto your right thigh. And inhale, right arm up to the sky. Then exhale, leaning over towards your left hand side. Beautiful. So you can roll that right shoulder back slightly. So the shoulders are going to try and be stacked on top of one another. Oh, wonderful. Getting nice and heavy through your right hip, so you can extend out through the spine. One more breath here. And then lift the arm up, placing it on the floor behind you, palm down. Sweep the left arm up towards your head and lift up through the hips. Turn your gaze, turn your belly towards the sky. And then gently, carefully lower the hips back down. Coming into the seated twist. So left foot coming in either on the inside of that right knee or to the outside edge of the right knee. Left hand on the floor behind you. Inhale, right arm up, lengthen up through the spine, and either bring the hand down to the outside of that knee or down to the outside of the thigh. And so inhale, lengthen up one last time, and then exhale, rotate, looking back behind you. And again, maybe think about peeling that left shoulder over to the right side of the mat. So you can open out through the chest, open out through the shoulder. Stay nice and tall through the spine. Couple more breaths. And then inhale, nice and tall, lengthen up through the spine. Exhale, slowly come round, face the front, and just come and find any comfortable seated position. So let's just finish here, just with a couple of moments of stillness and just noticing how you feel right now. Spine nice and tall. Just allow your breathing just to return to its own natural pace. And just invite a feeling of absolute peace and ease to come into your body. Imagine all of your inner organs and glands and muscles are just relaxing, and a feeling of peace and ease is soaking into your body. You might even begin to feel everything begin to soften inside of you, releasing any tightness, any stress. And then keeping the inner body nice and relaxed. Bring your palms together just in front of your heart. Rest your thumbs onto your chest and let the chest just float up to your thumbs. Keep the shoulders and neck relaxed.
And may the peace of yoga stay with you. I wish you peace in your heart. I wish you peace in your mind. And I wish you peace in your body always. Namaste, yogis. And just do a little bow forwards. Just say a silent thank you to your amazing body, not just for what it's just done for you, but maybe it's got you through some tough times lately. And here we are on your yoga mat, and you're still able to practice yoga and give some attention back to your amazing body. So then when you're ready, sitting back up, blink open the eyes, lower the hands down, and thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed that. I try to keep it pretty simple, but if you have any questions or any doubts at all, then let me know. But thanks so much, and look forward to seeing you again.